Hello, my name is Mark Murphy, and I'm going to talk to you today about my life before I discovered Adventism, my experience becoming an Adventist, and my future as an Adventist. While I wish I had more time to go into the details of what an Adventist is and our exciting history and the concept of expecting the second coming, I really don't have time to delve into that, but I can tell you that it's a Protestant religion that began in America in the 19th century. And I want to let you know about my past and my faith, which sprung largely out of the Baptist church. I grew up in a church that looked like that, one in Natchez, Mississippi, that was downtown Cleveland. And I grew up very active in children's activities and youth activities. And I then learned to uh, incorporate my faith into my work. After I graduated from college, I became editor in a men's ministry in their publications department. This is a memorandum of that experience here. And I also got interested in mission work. I did a lot of short-term missions. And this is a way I became active in my faith as a young adult. And that's a picture of a wheelbarrow full of concrete. And that was some of the hardest work I ever did, building a school in Jamaica. I specialized as a minister in the field of pastoral care. I've been a chaplain in the United States Navy and the Department of Veterans Affairs, and also the Department of Justice. I was a staff chaplain at USP Big Sandy, and that's a very dangerous and relatively new prison in eastern Kentucky. But I thought this image was a good one for me to remember pastoral care. I did do quite a bit of hand holding and a lot of hospitals, and that that was a precious time for me, but also a trying time for me. And but it was in this search for meaning and purpose of me responding to my calling that I discovered the Seventh Day Adventist anew, and it was largely through a sort of a heroic minister named Barry Black, who's currently serving as our Senate chaplain, and I've gotten to meet Chaplain Black on a couple occasions, and was very excited to meet him. He actually texted me before I was ordained in 2006 and congratulated me, which was very meaningful to me. He wrote a book called From the Hood to the Hill, if you're interested. Know more about the first African American to serve as the Chief of Navy Chaplains and the Senate Chaplain. He is a Seventh-day Adventist, and that's part of why I wanted to learn more. And I ended up getting a job after things did not work out for me as a corrections chaplain in Kentucky. I moved back home, and the one of the only jobs I could find was in a skill that I fall back on, or I have fallen back on from time to time, in lifeguarding. And I lifeguarded at the Southern Adventist University. And that's when I began visiting Adventist churches and found them to be sort of a new spiritual home for me in a lot of ways. And I found a great, I was very receptive to their health message, which is something Ellen G. White is held responsible for. It's about healthful living, and it is one of the reasons that they have become one of the longest living people in the history of the world. They have a community in Loma Linda, California, and another in a county in southern Florida where the longest living people in the United States live, and they are so that's what I thought the best image for my future was this very old man. That's something that I am maybe becoming as a Seventh-day Adventist. But I also think the mystery about my future is what is going to become of of my involvement with this building right here. This is our new building. That's not an Adventist church. That's the Baptist church that's down the street from my house, where I'm still actively involved, singing in the choir. I'm going to New York City in a little over a week. I'll be there from the 6th through the 10th of July, and I'm staying active in this Sunday church, although a lot of Adventists have historically been opposed to worshiping on Sunday. I don't think that's part of the tradition that I'm embracing. I do like keeping the Sabbath and worshiping on Saturday, and I do like the health message, and I hope to apply these things to my life. And it may be more of an addition to my current Christianity than a complete conversion in the traditional sense of the word.